Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
Got some terrible news to start the week off, but I don't want to start with that. I don't want to start off with bad stuff. Let's start off with fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what fun stuff we have. It's my birthday by the time you hear this.
Oh, that's true.
How about that?
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Well, happy birthday for the future when
for the
listeners,
future of now, but the past of when the listeners are listening.
For the witnesses.
Yeah. Yes. You'll be
It'll
witnessing
be
Luke's birthday.
Yes. So
right.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to work and do nothing for it.
Not as old as Dan and I.
No, I'll be
That's
1 year younger than both of you.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be 2 years younger than me for 2 months. No, you'll be 1 year young. Fuck it. I don't know about that.
You were both born in 80.
Correct.
So it should be easy for you to work out how old you are. For me, it's difficult.
It used to be, and now I'm old, and I forget.
Yeah.
Well, you just got to go...
I literally still, I go, oh yeah, 43?
Yeah, but all you got to go is like...
not 43, no.
You could have just got to go 2025 minus 80.
No, forget it.
45.
Forget
Easy.
it. Yeah.
Me, I've got the one...
Well, not even.
Odd.
You just look at what year is it? Like, what is the last digit of the year? And in theory, it should be really easy for me to figure it out. Because I know I'm in my 40s. So just...
Yeah.
But
I've
still
also...
fuck it up.
You also, I think we were all at that age where we just stopped counting and caring.
Yeah,
it's best not to think about it.
Speaking of being in our 40s, this is our weekly segment called Old Men Talk About Their Fitness.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Been going to the gym. I don't go hard. I don't have a trainer. I just go in there and exercise just to stay alive, and partly for our challenge, mostly just to try to stay alive as long as
I'm joining that challenge soon.
Yeah. You dip your toe in. The water's nice.
Dip your whole body in.
Yeah, but I went this morning. I usually go during the week, and when I go, it's pretty much senior citizens doing the aqua aerobics class, and
That's what I want.
People on the treadmill. It's very, very relaxed when I go. But I went today, and it was just full of gym bros, right? Just proper bros, fucking grunting and dropping their weights on the floor, right? But I'll say this. There was one guy, and I didn't see anything that happened before. I saw one guy, one bro, walk up to another bro and go, "Oh, hey, thanks for that tip before. I added like a good couple of kilos onto the bar, and yeah, with that new technique that you showed me, I was doing really good." And he's like, "Oh yeah, good on you." And then he goes, "I tell you though, I just feel like I've really plateaued. I'm just not making any progress." And the other guy, this is just a total stranger bro in the gym, just turns to him and go, "Man, you're your own worst enemy. To me and to everyone else here, you look great, okay? So if you're here every day and you're eating right, that's all you got to do, and you just got to trust the process." And I'm like, by this point, I had turned my music down.
And they made love right there on the bench.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like it was the most beautiful, sincere exchange of masculine, complimentary conversation that I'd ever.
I wouldn't even say they are bros. They're just guys that are there.
Well, they look. This guy was wearing. What's that like motorcycle brand that like
motorcycle brand
that I'm pretty sure it started as a motorcycle brand.
Under Armour?
Like no, it's not a gym brand. It's like a loud shirts, guys with loud shirts.
Oh, like Ed Hardy or something.
Ed Hardy. So this guy was wearing pink Ed Hardy shorts, right?
Right.
And high tops. Like these are they are bros in every way. Except for this.
That's that thing.
Sincerity.
The joke about how men don't go to the gym to impress women; they go to the gym to impress other men. Because women, once you have like whatever they call like beach body, which is kind of just you look good,
you look alright.
Good.
Yeah.
Then women are like, yeah, that's good.
Yep,
fine. Yeah,
yeah. They're not looking for huge jacked arms.
No, I mean probably some are, but
yeah, some are, but mostly not. But I think the guys that go there are not trying to impress women.
No.
Again, some are, but most of them are probably just like, "Hey dudes, check out my fucking biceps."
And it makes.
So they give you any tips?
What was that?
They give you any tips?
Well, I want to know what this initial tip was, but I wasn't there for that, or my music was too loud. I had $3 bill on too loud, and I missed it.
But are you doing like weights?
So what
or
I
more
do
just
is
cardio.
no more cardio, but I do a split. So I'll run on the treadmill for like 25 minutes, and then I'll go and do like a 15-minute resistance set just to kind of, I figure if I'm going to lose weight, I want to look decent once I get down there. I don't want to just be a skinny runt, but I'm not trying to. I'm not following the bodybuilder routine. I'm not trying to be TV star Henry Cavill.
I'm just going to do aerobics with the old ladies.
Yeah,
Man, it looks pretty fun. And those dudes, man, they will they go back to the change rooms after, take off their fucking togs, leave them on the floor, and they just stand there dick to dick having a good old chat.
Once you get to that age, you do not care.
They do not care. Yeah.
who gives a shit?
Because no one's there to look at them.
No. And they're not doing that for looks. I think that
They're just doing that. They're doing it for more from a social thing at that age.
Yeah, they're doing it so they can
ladies.
chat with either other old boys in the change rooms. Yeah.
Yep. All
I'm
right.
still going.
All right.
But
What's
I don't
the
have anything
bad
exciting
news?
to
The
say.
bad news.
Oh, the bad news.
All right. So Carl Jobs,
I know what it is.
with his Billy Mitchell trial, he'd lost, and now everyone has turned on Carl.
What?
Yeah, I don't quite get it, but I mean, he
Okay.
explained it.
Bring
but I
me
don't,
up to date.
Still don't get it.
So what he lost, and so his defenses that he was using all right, but what he lost on was the defamation, which he was saying Billy Mitchell was saying that Carl accused him of being the cause of the death of Apollo legend, another streamer who he sued, and Carl,
The
not
literal
Carl's,
death, just to be clear.
the Apollo took his own life after the lawsuit with Billy Mitchell, but
After a lot of things.
a lot of other things
be
well, but the way
Yeah, it was more complicated than
the
just
way
that.
Carl said it, like he got
always is.
sued, he owed all this money, he had other implications, and then
Yeah,
sort of led
there was
to,
there was
not
an
led
implication
to,
that there's an implication that Billy was a factor.
but not a full on like.
No. Billy says he accused me of murdering him, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He said it was a lot of things leading up, and he put a retraction in and all this. But everyone who's just turned on Carl, going, "You told us it wasn't. It was just about the cheating scandal." And
Yeah, I don't get that.
and so like, no, did you watch the trial? It was very open that they were talking about
stop you
Apollo
there.
and that.
No, they didn't, Luke. No, they didn't watch it.
Now during the trial, they did. The actual trial transcripts that
No.
followed.
Dan's saying no, they didn't watch it.
Yeah, I'm
people
thinking they just
complaining.
read the headlines and were like, "Oh, he lost.
Yes.
Well, he must be wrong. Fuck you."
No, a lot of us accuse him of lying. They go that he was lying about the defamation case as
Yeah,
it
'cause
was.
he-
He said it was just about the cheating scandal.
He did have a GoFundMe at one point, and I think people were saying, "Oh, we thought we were helping you prove that he cheated," and it's like, "Oh, that's not what this was." And I mean,
But it was part of his defense, though. It was part of his defense.
well,
still.
that was Billy Mitchell's fault because he had to argue everything in order to argue the thing that was in question.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, everyone just really has turned like really quickly and really mean.
yeah,
and
it's
so
a shame.
like he lied to us and also saying, "Oh, you should have done this, you should have done that." And I was sort of like, if you actually listen to him, his defense was right. Like you don't want to bring light to it because it's part of his defense was no one's talking about that. No one thinks that
Yes.
Billy Mitchell was the cause of death of Apollo and that Carl was the one spreading that rumor. No one's talking about that.
Yeah.
All they're talking about is him cheating.
Yeah, so that's one of the points of contention is that Carl did not frequently mention the fact that this was something that was a hot topic, which was the fact Billy Mitchell was accusing Carl Jobs of saying he murdered Apollo Legend. Basically, that's what.
Yeah.
And he
But
didn't
sorry,
talk about
just
that
to
so
recap,
much.
the judge ruled yes, he did say he murdered him, or
He
that's-
did cause damage by
By
to
implying.
Billy Mitchell's reputation by implying, I guess, that
But
he had
I
been a
hope-
factor in his
All
cause of
about the
death. I guess that's the only
implication.
way you could word it without it sounding fucking
yeah,
stupid.
but I think they are. He's looking at appealing it, but I think it'll come down to money because he's ordered to pay like $350,000.
yeah.
But the thing that's quite weird is like you look at Billy Mitchell last year when he was supposed for another court case, and they actually ask him like, "You've got other court cases like this person, like, and you're claiming the same thing," and he goes, "Oh, with Carl, that's all minimal impact for me. This is the big thing that's there." And then in this case, he switches it around, so it's which is the thing that caused you to harm when you're saying it's everything, but it's only minimal for that, and so I find it still quite strange that he did win.
I guess it depends on what the judge learned about during it, you know? Because in theory, the judge is not on top of this like we are.
No.
Like, and
the judge will only be looking at what is presented to them.
Yeah.
But we're very biased.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they should be biased to the letter of the law. Like, and laws are, you know, there's precedent set by other court cases. There's, you know, what's in statute. Like they've got to just look at the facts and go, well, look, actually, technically, you saying this does apply in this case.
For whatever reason, I think what it boiled down to was, did this judge, who doesn't know anything about Billy Mitchell or Carl or any of this stuff, did the judge feel that...
The judge is probably shithouse at Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Did the judge think Carl led people to believe Billy Mitchell caused Apollo Legend to take his own life? I guess that's probably what the judge sat down at the end of the day and said, did he? And then maybe he felt that he did.
But yeah, like, because he played it today, and what he said was, like, he did say he went through a line of events, and I don't think it was.
No,
I think he did imply
that you heard the actual
contribute. Honestly, I think even just the lawsuit itself contributed to it, whether he had to pay money or not.
Sure.
Because there was
because also one of the big things was all
he's a depressed person. He's going through all of that trauma. Then it's all going to stack up.
Because also one of the things was the news coverage of the case got it all wrong. Mm-hmm. They said it was a court case about cheating, and it wasn't. It was about defamation.
But what was Apollo's case against?
Apollo accused him of cheating Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Yes, right. So Apollo accused Billy of cheating in Donkey Kong, which he fucking did, right? So
Apollo was having sort of health issues, and he couldn't afford to fight it, so he settled. And Billy Mitchell, during that time, was still trying to get money, and he's going, dude, I have nothing. And so the final settlement was, you just delete all your videos that you made about me cheating, and we call it quits.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty good outcome for him, but I don't know. Maybe there's more.
Yeah, but it was a stressful thing on top of all these other stressful things, and I think that's what Carl was saying. But people
he didn't need it on top of everything else.
Billy Mitchell caught because one of the pieces of evidence was comments on other articles about Billy Mitchell where people would say, "Oh, this is that guy that drove Apollo Legend to kill himself."
Yeah,
but no one referred it back to Carl.
No, but I think that Billy did.
Billy Mitchell's lawyer
and
did.
The judge may have thought, "Oh, well, if that's where that comes from, he must have."
And the thing is,
given that
I
impression.
don't want to presume because I don't know Billy personally, but
luckily,
some people
because you're still alive.
Well, some people just
going to get sued.
When some people find out somebody's said something bad about them, they go, "Oh yes, libel case." You know what I mean? Like they're not affected, they're not upset, but they go, "Okay, it's time to sue." And
he's very litigious. Clearly, he's suing everybody.
And
that's what I mean. So maybe
the only thing in his statement that Carl got wrong was at the time was that Apollo had to pay Billy Mitchell money.
Right.
That's right.
Which is
apart from that, every other statement he said was correct.
Yeah.
It's just because that was an added thing where he owed money, and then,
someone he thought was reputable told him, there was a settlement amount, and then he later on found out that wasn't true, and said in a video
and made
that was not true. I was wrong.
Right. But don't get it wrong. Billy Mitchell was trying to get money. It's just Apollo didn't have any, so he settled for nothing.
Yeah. And don't get us wrong. Billy Mitchell is a cheater, 100%.
Well, 100% a cheater.
Yeah, and a douche. But
yeah,
are we going to get sued? Should we cut this?
I don't think
all we have to do is say allegedly.
Yeah. And
we're done. I think we've been.
We're just giving the details of the case. I'm not accusing Billy Mitchell of anything.
Except being
I do not think, to be very clear, I do not think Billy Mitchell murdered anybody.
No, Billy Mitchell is not a murderer. He's just a cheater.
He's just a dickhead. I don't think you can be sued for saying someone's a dickhead.
It's not against the law to be a dickhead.
Not yet.
Well, we could say cheater because the judge did agree with the fact that, he probably cheated on all of this.
We've got several other pieces of legal news follow-up, but they're follow-up to things that we normally talk about in the after party. So maybe I'll just take the opportunity to tease a little bit that there might be some controversial laws and
I saw one thing.
They're all Luke's favourite topics. And I
Someone's
love
crept
bringing
back
them
in.
up in his presence.
So he was in the bushes last week watching us, and he's just crept back in.
David, leave me alone. I don't know what he's done. Well, I know what he's done.
No, he hasn't done anything this week. He's in the news because somebody else has said something.
Okay.
But it's for
So
the
stay
after.
tuned.
That's
to
the after party.
for that.
I played some games this week. If we want to talk video games, I know
Ooh,
Luke
yes.
likes
I'd
those.
love to.
So, first of all, the spring sale is on the Xbox, and I noticed that RoboCop Rogue City, which we'd been discussing, was on sale for, I think I got it for $12 or something, and I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So I bought that.
Surely it's a $12 game.
I think it.
Yeah,
for
I
the
mean-
game, at full price, I think it's worth it because it's
I
not.
only played the first bit, and I got to say, I was underwhelmed. I will give it more of a chance at some point, but I was a bit underwhelmed by the start of it.
I want more games like this
Okay.
that are not that
More underwhelming
AAA
games.
$100.
Just
This, I think, was
you just
the-
want A games.
No, but this I enjoyed this game. It was a $60 game new in Australia, so $60 Australian, not the $6 full price American, and about eight hours to finish the game completely, and I enjoyed it. And I
Yeah.
think we need more of those mid-tier games.
I love RoboCop as a franchise and as a character. So I do want to play this eventually, and maybe I will just get it now.
I recommend
while
it.
it's $12. But Luke,
Yeah.
I do have one question for you. Do you shoot people in the dick?
Yes.
Because if I play as
Check
if
my
I play as
achievement
RoboCop,
list.
and
Check
I
your
don't-
achievement.
One of the
Yeah,
first
you're getting
things I did in this game.
I think it's the first achievement I got as
the
well.
first person you meet.
Shot them
Chief,
back.
I'm going to give you
literally-
your assignment. Why are you shooting me in the dick? That's what I do.
I literally was like, wait, why am I shooting him in the head? That's not how this works.
Yeah, nice.
But no, even the story actually feels.
Yeah, it's
like
all right.
RoboCop.
It's just kind of like a slowish shooter in a way, because he's not, it's RoboCop's not a fast
Yeah.
mover or anything like that. And I was just like, oh, okay, like it's fine. I'm not
Yeah.
any particular issues with it. I just,
Yeah, these are the people who do RoboCop. They've just started doing RoboCop. They were the ones that were doing the Terminator games as well,
yeah, right.
which again were those like AA type games.
I want to know if Assassin's Creed Shadows is any cheaper
No,
during the
No.
sale. It is not. It is $110.
Star Wars Outlaws is, and I considered that.
I'm not going to play that.
Yeah.
I don't like Star Wars.
But I played, so I played some RoboCop. It was all right. I'll probably play some more at some point. But then, for some reason, I was like, oh, you know what I bought and installed because I was curious about it is Death Stranding, because I really
So
wanted to
you
check that game
remembered
out.
where your PS5 was?
No, it's on the Xbox.
No, it's on
Oh, you
Xbox
have this
now.
on Xbox. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Guys,
Came out on Xbox a couple of months ago.
I am fucking obsessed with this game now.
Really?
I have one question for you. Do you know what the hell
Did
is
you
going
shoot
on?
the baby in the dick? Oh, no, sorry.
No, I don't. But to the guys, you've played it, right?
Yes. Yep.
I was like, maybe it'll make some sense of all the trailers.
$27. I'll have it for that.
Yeah, it came out quite cheap, even at full price. It was.
So I was like, oh, maybe this will make some sense of the weird stuff I saw in the trailers and stuff. No,
No.
it makes it worse because, like, that opening sequence, right, where you meet Sam, the main character, and you ride on the bike, and then he crashes because that woman's there, and then she's not there. It's just very Japanese in the way that it's just like stuff happens, and they like, I'm not going to explain that. It'll be fine. And then there's these like things leaving handprints in the fucking mud. They're invisible, and I'm like, what is happening? And the rain, they call it timefall. The rain ages everything, including you, so you can't get rain on you, and otherwise it damages the packages you're delivering. Because at the core of it, right, all this crazy storyline shit, you're just delivering fucking packages.
You're a delivery man.
You're a delivery man. So anyway, there's that sequence where you get to the first town, and then you deliver a package, and I was like, okay, I guess this is the game. And then those guys with the dead body, come up in the truck, and then everything just goes fucking insane. Where they're like, oh, this body's gonna necrotize. We've got to get to the incinerator, or this whole city's gonna become a crater. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'd
And then
say
he's
stop
like,
giving me spoilers, except none of this makes sense.
it doesn't matter, mate. It doesn't matter. And then one of them has the little baby in the thing, and I was like, oh, they're gonna explain what the baby is. oh, the baby's a bridge baby. It detects BTs. I'm like, what's happening? What is happening? And then it's like...
The baby can find big tits?
If anyone can, a baby can.
And then fucking truck crashes, and then there's a guy floats down, and he's standing on the truck at one point. I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? And then the guy from Bridges is like, no, tries to shoot himself in the head, and then everything starts floating up into the air, and there's a giant silhouette. And I was like, the fuck? And then it's fucking insane, Dan.
Have you gotten up to the part where you need to fight things?
I got to escape things. I haven't got to fight them yet.
Yeah, you get to fight them with some things, and everything's black, and there's like a whale thing that jumps out of the black, and you got to sort of throw grenades at it and stuff.
It's that fucking title sequence where after that crazy shit happens, and he's just standing there on the beach, and all the fucking dead whales and sea animals are on the beach, and then he's standing there, and up in the sky, just the silhouettes of the fucking people floating in the air, and it's like Death Stranding, and the music, and I was just like, this is incredible.
Also,
I don't know what's happening, but it's incredible.
Wait until you die.
No,
and
I've
see
seen
what
that.
happens. Oh,
I've seen that.
And then you go back to that area, and there is just a crater where you died.
So fucking weird, man.
And it's sort of weird. You're not in the same world as other people, but you are.
Yeah, you can find packages. And Dan, literally, the actual gameplay is you run across the countryside with stuff on your back, and then sometimes it leans this way, and you have to hit the trigger to lean back the other way, and you just running around like that. That's the fucking game. But then
you do upgrade motorbikes and cars.
Right.
It's strangely compelling. And then, like I said, the fucking bit with the president. They go, the president wants to meet you. Yeah, the president wants to meet you. Oh, we don't have a president. America's dead. No, we do have a president. She wants to meet you. She? Yes, it's the first woman president. Okay. By the way, it's your mum. And he's like, what?
This sounds like a dream.
It's literally, that's what it feels like. And then you get in there, you meet the president's aide, is this man with a fucking metal skull mask on, and his name is Die Hardman. I was like, what is happening? It's so great.
I'm going to have to go back and play it because the sequel comes out soon.
If Luke wasn't sitting there nodding along because he knows what you're talking about,
you think I was full of shit.
I'd ask you what you were fucking on, Matt.
You can't explain this game.
But it's like
I'm definitely going to buy this for $27.
But it's like got that little thing where it's kind of like David Lynch, where it's like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm like, I can't stop. Like
one thing I did, which I have to stop doing, is I have to stop trying to deliver every package.
Yeah, I've been doing that too.
That's the problem. I see one package. No, I have to get this to someone. No, I need to let stuff go. But no, you should play it and see what you think. It's
just so unique. I can't believe it. Like honestly, like I said, I played through that opening sequence and I was like, oh fuck, I am hooked. Like this is really interesting.
Yep.
In a on the edge of understanding sort of thing where you're like, okay, Guillermo del Toro is in it. He's a fucking character. His name's Deadman because he used to be a mortician, a coroner.
And not just Deadman. A side character.
Sorry, you don't open with Die Hardman if you want me to be impressed with any other name. All right,
no, Die Hardman. I was literally cackling. Like, what is happening?
Give me American name, huh?
Yeah.
Die Hardman?
Because it's not even...
That sounds American.
They get to the fucking room of the president, and he's like, there, go say hello. Oh, by the way, it's your mum. And he's like, what? It's like, it's so
actually,
strange.
there is no rush for me to finish it because it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive to start with the sequel.
Oh, 2? Yeah.
There you go.
That's fine. They'll release it, unlike Final Fantasy.
Well, I'm playing something Japanese this week as well. I mentioned last week that I was going to go back and play all the Resident Evils in order, starting at the first one, and I fucking am. And Resident Evil 1, otherwise just known as Resident Evil, or fucking
Resident Evil.
It is so good. It is so good. Now, I will admit, part of this is nostalgia, because the first and only other time I played this game, it was me and my girlfriend at the time and her brother on PS1, it must have been, every night for a week, just all sitting around, and it didn't matter who had the controller, we were all playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just, it's so slow and so methodical, and it's just like, what do we do with this fucking weird thing we just found?
If that game was to release today, I don't think it would do well. because
Well,
I love
because no one has a PS1, Luke.
yeah.
No, but even the remaster, that was like the. Cause it's not a full. They made it prettier or something, didn't they?
It was like GameCube,
it's
I
just,
think, originally.
It was. It's the GameCube.
Just like if that was to release today, that wouldn't be. I think it was a bit too tank-like. The camera sucks.
Back and forth. I'll say this though, the camera changing is fucking awesome. If you remember what it was like watching horror movies in the late 90s, early 2000s, it's those camera moves, fucking down below with a fucking dead fucking body in the foreground.
No, but I used to remember sometimes.
But it confuses the fuck out of you when you're walking one direction and the camera switches 180, and so you still have to press forward, but your character is walking backwards.
Because there were so many times where you'd start walking and then you'd I've got to move in the other direction, and then you'd walk back off to the other screen, and back then the load time sucked.
Yeah, because if you're still holding, the direction remains the same, but as soon as you stop, the controls reset to whatever the current screen is.
I've got a system. Every time the camera cuts, I take my thumb off, I put it back on. Just instinctively, just off and back on. And then it's just the direction it looks like it is.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But there's too much treading the same ground, but the fact that this is all in one building is fucking incredible. Like, and I remember the second one too is almost all in one building, and then they branch off at the end. And I remember being disappointed once you're out of the police station in the second one because it loses that claustrophobia, and they start bringing that back in, but not till like number 7 when you're in that fucking Hicks house. But man, this game is
a
great.
very, very different game.
It's closer to this than it is to like 4, 5, and 6, though.
Yeah.
Which are completely different.
Yes. And you went to South Africa.
Oh, Haiti? One of them was in Haiti, right?
Even 4 was different.
Yes.
4 was great, though. I think 4 was the last good one before.
I've got the remake of 4. I've got to play that.
I've got them all. Yeah, I've got them all lined up on the Switch. I'm playing this on the Switch, by the way. Haven't my Switch been essentially in a drawer for quite some time, and I just remember how much I enjoy playing.
So you're just getting used to this Switch before you get your new Switch?
I'll be able to pre-order in a few days, apparently.
Are they going to let you now?
One. Yeah, I think April 24th, right? Switch to pre-order.
But doesn't it have to be a Switch built entirely in the United States, like components built entirely in the United States? Isn't that one?
Don't want one that's built here, mate. We
don't know how to do it. First ones.
Yeah, we don't know how to do that. 24th of April pre-orders. So price will remain the same.
Yeah, I'm not going to pre-order one, but I'll
you don't need to. You didn't need to for the last Switch either. I remember the last one. It
was sold out at first for a while.
Oh, here it was. I walked in the day it released and went, if they have one, I'll buy one. If they don't, I don't care.
Look, I can't afford one, so it's not going to be a problem. I'm just not going to be able to buy one yet.
I'm not getting one because I don't want to do the same thing I've done with this Switch and use it twice.
Yeah, no achievements.
No.
Charles, you've opened the door.
Can't do it. Ruins everything.
Well, speaking of games, we might as well stay on topic, I suppose.
Things are ruined.
Dune Awakening has been delayed, which is probably a good thing because it means they'll make it better. This is the PC release. It was May, now it's June, right? It's not bad.
It's not too bad.
It's not a huge delay. Yeah,
just a little bit of polish. This is because they had a beta and they got some feedback from people, and they said, "All right, we'll fix it." I don't know when the Xbox version's coming out though, but I don't know whether it was this news in particular that made me think of this, but it's Funcom who make Conan Exiles, and I was reading about it, and I was like, you know what? I do like Conan Exiles. And then I looked on YouTube at some videos of other people playing Conan Exiles, and I was like, you know what we used to do? We used to play Conan Exiles.
We did.
I don't know. And I'm interested in doing that again.
It's not going to take much to convince me, man. I fucking love Conan Exiles. Even though I couldn't in good conscience call it a good game. But for some reason, I really enjoy it. And I was playing it in beta, and then I was playing when they fucking changed everything about it, and then it's
and you don't even get to play with your dick out.
Fuck you, I don't.
I do.
I meant your character.
Oh, right. Yeah, no.
So yeah, anyway, I'm thinking about that. But then, Luke, you floated the idea of Minecraft instead, which is also a pretty good idea.
The reason why I went with Minecraft is I just remember the last time we had that server and it just reset.
Yeah, that's true.
And reset and reset.
I wonder if they fixed that.
I might be able to set up a Minecraft server.
I might be able to set one up on my server downstairs. I don't know how intensive a Minecraft server.
Because I'm pretty sure it's all cross-play now. So
yeah.
That could be easier and cheaper for the 2 weeks we're going to play it for.
Yeah. But can you have slaves in Minecraft?
Yes. You just get some villagers and you box them in.
Okay.
But are they people of colour? Because they are in Conan.
Well, it's a coincidence. Some people are, some people aren't. Then you can enslave anybody.
Yeah. But
I mean, we don't, but we can.
But they could have enslaved anyone in the South too. But they didn't.
That's true. Well, they did. They enslaved a bunch of Scottish and Irish people.
True, but
too,
they kept escaping and then blending in.
Yes. I know. It's a fact that I was like, that's awful. That that's such a factor.
Yeah.
Just if they look different, it's convenient because you can find them.
It makes an awful type of sense, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Well, should we end on the other exciting news that's in here?
Okay, go ahead.
For gaming.
Severance keyboard?
News me.
Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered is getting closer.
It exists. So that's news.
I'm trying to remember whether...
Apparently, if you message Microsoft support, they didn't get the memo that this was not news yet, and they'll just tell you with a release date.
Oh, have they set a release date?
I think, there was an article that said people were emailing Xbox support and just saying, wanted to know when the Oblivion remaster is coming out, and they were just like, oh yeah, it's what is it?
Let me look.
Yeah,
amazing.
Because they're doing this, and they're also, from what I've heard, doing the Fallout 3 one as well.
April 21st. Xbox support accidentally reveals Oblivion Remaster's release date.
2006?
Yeah.
Was it?
So Oblivion... No, 10? Wait. So Oblivion came out in 2006 and then Skyrim came out in 2010? That sounds very close.
This is an article about the...
though, is Oblivion something we can go back to? Or is it
have you seen the screenshots of this? It looks incredible. I think maybe you could.
Yeah, 2006.
I'm concerned that I'm going to be playing it going, this is not Skyrim.
Yeah,
well,
maybe.
It's not Skyrim.
Yeah, but that's fine. I play a lot of games that aren't Skyrim, and my brain doesn't constantly remind me of that fact.
If I remember, in Oblivion, you need to sleep to level up.
Yes.
And I think
hang on. Morrowind, definitely.
Was that... Yeah.
Maybe Oblivion.
And I think the monsters don't level up with you.
No, Oblivion was the first game that they do.
Okay.
Morrowind, they don't.
Yep.
You could go to a dungeon and be overwhelmed by level 50 monsters and stuff.
Oh, but isn't it a thing if you go... No, I thought it was the other way around, where if you go into...
I did that.
If you go into a cave now... They'll be level 1, and then if you come back... Or they might be too strong for you, that when you come back at 10 levels later, they're still that same level, so you feel stronger.
Well, I think that Morrowind was just... The monsters were placed, and they were the level that they were when they were placed. Whereas Oblivion and Skyrim and games now, it scales them. I think.
Yeah.
Right.
I think there was one. I don't know if it's this one Fallout where if you went into a dungeon and you went, no, this is too strong for me. It would stay the
same as it was.
It would stay the same as it was the next time you went in. So you would come back and feel a lot stronger. I think
that's why I go back to my primary school and bash the senior kids there, because. They used to bash me. I mean, not these exact ones, but that's scaling, right?
Yes, yep.
So I've put another article in there. This is just people with screenshots of them going onto support and just saying, hi, when is the Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster being released? And they said, the Elder Scrolls for Oblivion Remaster is set to release on April 21st, 2025. And people are like, oh, fuck, all right.
Is there an announcement or anything planned for it?
Well, there wasn't, I don't think.
Like, no, but is there like a showcase or anything planned? It just...
Oh, so what? No, I think they were going to shadow just release it. That's the theory. Okay. Because what happened is that I guess the company that did it put up on their portfolio images. I guess somebody just didn't think about it and just put up, oh, this is stuff we worked on, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and somebody noticed it and was like, Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster, and then so that became news, and then people were like, I'll ask about it, and then emailed, I don't know if this is a support bot or what this is, but they said, when's it coming out? And it just told them, April 21st. So, yeah.
Okay. It kind of sucks. I wish it had came out yesterday.
Oh.
Because we've got a long weekend.
Oh, right.
And then a short week and another
long weekend. Then a short week and another long weekend.
Oh, well, we've
got Easter this weekend and Anzac.
Yeah. Anzac Day.
But I'm just going to
the dawn service, are you?
No, I'm going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, okay.
I'll be in Perth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to Perth. But we're meeting friends from Singapore because Perth is the same distance from Singapore as it is from Sydney.
Yeah.
So
spent 2 weeks in Perth with Paul Cunningham.
Yeah, Paul, if you're listening, and I know you're not, you're welcome. You're welcome.
He had a fucking great time.
Yeah. And didn't he get hit on by a cabbie?
He did. Well,
no, I know.
I teased him, but the guy just wanted to hang out, I think. Talk about Star Trek.
Yeah.
But
realised he loves Star Trek too. Yeah, there's only one guy in Perth that likes Star Trek. I'm thinking of tracking that guy down.
Well, just get a cab. They don't exist anymore. Just
the one taxi. Yeah.
All right.
Perth.
Where to now?
Let's see. Oh, you know what we've got, which we haven't had in a long time because we don't care about this anymore, is we've got some Star Wars news.
It's quite a bit of Star Wars news.
I haven't looked into this Star Wars news. I've been seeing stuff popping up, but I haven't looked at it.
Yeah, I guess there must be some Disney event on because there's a bunch of news.
Yes. Star Wars Celebrations.
Is that on right now? How did I not know that? Because I don't care about Star Wars anymore.
It's
gotten to the point where I didn't even know that was happening right now.
I know. Yeah. I also don't know why they don't have Star Wars Celebrations around May the 4th.
Yeah.
Like, that just would make sense to me.
I mean, it is around May the 4th.
It's around it, but it's easy marketing right there.
So the one thing that caught my eye, just quickly, because there's no information about this, so I'll just get it out there quickly, is I saw Star Wars Starfighter was announced. Mm-hmm. It's a movie set after Rise of Skywalker about presumably a pilot, and it stars Ryan Gosling. So
could have been so
maybe
good.
It's what Luke wants, but probably
it's not. I want a television show that's basically Battlestar Galactica and Star Wars, or space above and beyond.
Yeah. You want X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, the show.
Yes. I've actually been thinking I wouldn't mind it. Remember Space Above and Beyond?
Yeah.
I want more of that, because that was also just a fighter, but they also did ground missions, which is what Rogue Squadron
just watch that.
Sort of became.
Well,
I actually watched it again.
After you watch Top Secret.
Yes.
Yeah. And then give, Babylon 5 another watch.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of watching Babylon 5 again at the moment.
Of course you are. You're always in the middle of watching Babylon 5 again.
Oh, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
I've thought about watching something else that you like, Luke. I'm very close, and I've bookmarked it here. I'm very close to watching Robotech again. I've not seen that since I was a kid, and
it's great.
I've been watching the original Voltron, and I've been flicking between the American re-edit and the fucking Mega Go Lion, whatever it's called in Japan, which is. The Americans are just making up their own scripts for them, going, okay, these two guys are brothers, and then the American one is like, that's the same guy.
Imagine they did that for Death Stranding. I would love to see what they could come up with.
Yeah.
But the Robotech's good. Robotech was the first cartoon I watched that had death in it, and characters evolved and grew.
Like
you start off thinking Limmy's Maid's the character you want to be with, but it's actually Lisa Hayes.
Which is the one that kisses him above the birthday cake and then tucks him in bed?
Kisses him above the birthday cake? Is that a euphemism?
What?
Right above the birthday
kiss me
cake.
above my birthday cake.
I swear, Luke, the one thing that I remember about Robotech from a kid is that it's his birthday and she makes him a cake and then they kiss. And I think it was the first time I ever saw a kiss, or at least in a kid's show.
God, it's been so long since I've watched it because it could be either of them.
You were like, oh, what's he doing to her?
Maybe I need to sit down and watch that again.
No, don't eat her, eat the cake.
And the music in it is so great. I listen to the soundtrack every now and again.
Oh, sick. Music in fucking Voltron is fucking incredible. It's just it's the most 80s music you could imagine. Just the cheapest synth that you could possibly
That's the same music.
Yeah.
One thing I like about we play Switch games, Lyra and I, and any game, right, if it's got like a little catchy tune, she starts bopping, she goes, oh, I like this music. It's so funny. Just any music in a game, if she's like, oh, yeah.
We were playing... what's the fucking Mario game where the first level, if you got to find somebody's lost pants?
What?
That's what we've been playing.
Mario RPG or something?
Have you found the pants yet?
Paper Mario? I don't know.
We did find the pants, yeah. We did. I checked.
Playing a game called Albo, which actually is quite good if you're looking for a game to play with Harper.
Albo?
Alba, I think, actually. It's like a you play like a little girl on an island, and you got to go around and take photos of wildlife, and the mayor is trying to build a luxury hotel, and you want to get a petition signed to stop him, so you just go around and do stuff. It's just a cute little game. That's very kid-friendly. Did
you ever play... Harper has been playing this game on my Switch this week called Thomas Was Alone. Did you ever play this?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that was a great game.
Years ago. Yeah,
it's not a kid's game.
But it's not a kid's game, right?
No.
But for those who don't know, it's about a sentient pixel in a pixel world who has to work out... He's not aware that he's in a game or even know what a game is. But because he discovers what a game is as you go along and explains it to you like you've also never heard what a game is, it's great for people just learning games like kids.
Yeah, okay.
Because
think of that.
He says things like, okay, I fell down. If only there was some kind of reverse falling where I could fall, but up and onto the platform. And he's like, maybe I'll make that the Y button, and there's kind of like a intuitive way of explaining to someone who doesn't just intuitively
know. That game is
know
by
how
one of the
games.
people from Alana Pierce's podcast, whose name I've forgotten. Mike something or other.
Oh.
Well, that's reminded me of an article I read recently about, we sort of take to granted, games now. Like, how easy it is, stuff.
Yeah.
I was talking... The guy wrote an article about, he's starting to play games with his girlfriend.
Yes.
And she's not played games. And she's, playing a racing game and didn't even think to look at, the map to see where the course was. Right. So she's like, I have no idea where I'm going. And just little things like that. You just know.
Ray doesn't game, and when she wanted to have a go with something once, and then she was like, "What are the controls?" I'm like, "Same as every other game." She's like, "Yeah, what?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay. This one controls the direction you face. This one controls the camera." She's like, "What? I've got to move the camera as well." I'm like, "No, you just move it as you go. Don't you?"
Yeah, it's intuitive at this point. Yeah, it's a really good video essay once about how old games would introduce gameplay mechanics. Like Mega Man's a good example, apparently, where you see something happen before you kind of get to it. So you go, "Oh, I'm going to have to jump over that guy shooting bullets." But he's when you first see him, he's doing it, but he's on the other side of a wall or something. So you go, "Oh, okay." It eases you into all these gameplay mechanics, and then it gets fucking hard later.
Yes, yeah. Good games ease you into it. Back in the day, they didn't always.
Never thought about it when I was a kid. Just played the games, but it does. They basically were designed to teach you how to do it without obviously teaching you.
But the first movies
now you get a tutorial
that came out, there used to have to be a guy standing in the fucking auditorium, going, "That's not a different guy. That's the same guy from further back."
Right.
This is not a different building. They're climbing out the window that you just saw them get onto the windowsill in the last shot, because people would be like, "What's going on? This is completely different now."
Yeah, confused.
Now you've cut to somebody outside. Yes, they're outside the same building.
Time has passed.
Give me a book.
I've started reading a book this week.
You
might like it, actually, but I don't know. But this is the second time I've tried, because when I heard that China Mieville, who I love, has teamed up with Keanu Reeves, who I love, to write a book. I was like, I'm getting it day one. And I got it. Pre-ordered a book. I don't think I've ever done that before, right? Came out, read the first chapter, I was like,
what?
I don't think I'm into this. Yeah, it's confusing and a bit vague, and I don't know that I like the prose. And then twice I've tried to read that first chapter again, and I'm like, maybe I just don't like this. And then for some reason today, I'm like, I just need something that's not Gene Wolfe, because I've finished all 5 of the books of the New Sun. Then I read 2 of his standalones, and then I started the Books of the Long Sun, which is the next 5-part series.
God.
Fuck me, so good. And I just wanted to read something that wasn't that, and so I was like, I'll pick this up. And
so this is your June.
Yes, but it's just clicked. It's just clicked this time. I'm like, okay, I think I know. I think I get it. Because actually, I find, a movie, sometimes you can just put on a movie and watch it, know nothing about it, and the movie will tell you what it's about. Not all books do that. You know what I mean? Like some books you can get halfway through and going, I still don't know what kind of book it is.
Yeah.
I like to know what kind of book I'm reading. It helps me read it.
Sure, you know where it's going. Vaguely.
Yeah.
Should we cut back around to some of the Star Wars news we were also still hinting at?
Oh, yeah.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
So there's a new Star Wars Lego set coming out, which I'm looking at it and I don't know.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you specifically, Luke, because I like Lego. I've actually bought some Lego this very week. So, I'm not one to criticize new Lego sets, especially not Star Wars stuff. But I don't want this, and I wanted to know if you wanted this.
I'm trying to work this out. It's tough.
Because sometimes I see things and I go, I want that. I don't want it enough to buy it, but my brain wants it.
This
my
would be
brain doesn't
something.
even want this.
The price needs to be a lot better.
You need to explain what it is.
Oh,
I haven't even said. Yeah.
So it's just the Star Wars logo.
It's the logo.
Bright yellow.
It's Star
It does
Wars
look like
logo
it's
yellow.
got a little compartment, but I don't know why
It's
got a
got
little
something going on in the
Yeah,
negative
it says
space, but I couldn't
hidden
find it.
surprise.
Oh, okay.
Look out for fun inside the T.
Oh, I know what it is.
What is it?
It's the Tantive 4 being chased by the Star Destroyer.
Okay.
We've now just ruined the surprise. But
Well,
that's
they've got a
what it
photo
is.
of it on the Lego website.
Yeah,
It's not my
right,
fault.
yeah. Probably know what it is if you go and look at the box when this is released.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems.
Do you have
weird.
Star Wars Lego?
Although
Your
it's a
Lego
lot of
collection?
pieces, though.
Yeah, because you got to make fucking curves on the S and shit. Like it's,
Yeah.
it's a. I don't know.
700
$110
pieces,
This is more like a
which isn't-
jigsaw puzzle than a Lego
Yeah,
set.
but 700 pieces for $110 is not bad. That's a.
Yeah.
But
Because this has 0 points of articulation, right? You can't open this up and play it. It's just a logo.
well, how
They
much
wanna
Lego
put
are
their
you
logo.
playing with at the moment?
More than you might think. I rebuilt the Elsa ice castle during the week because it had kind of semi come apart.
But are you playing with that, or
Well, no, but it was fun to build it.
He plays with Elsa, but
look? If this was half the price, I'd
More
probably
of an
get
art
it
guy, actually.
because I do
Yeah.
want some more Lego. It's been ages since
Christabel.
I've got some Lego.
I've got some Lego down here that I got for Christmas that I need to play with. It's the Ayrton Senna McLaren Formula 1 car.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
I've got to do that.
Yeah. Does the little minifig of Ayrton Senna in there as well?
Yeah.
With a head?
It's not a Williams.
That was a joke in poor taste. Oh, yes. Oh, look
Yeah,
at that.
that would be a fun build.
I'll stop you there. Isn't that supposed to have a Marlboro logo on it? If it
I'll
was
paint it on.
accurate to the period,
Yeah.
yeah.
But look, there's one more bit of Star Wars news that I'm actually kind of excited about if this is actually happening.
It's happening in one place only.
Oh,
Yeah. So
My ass.
yeah. No, there's a museum in England who has a print of 77 Star Wars unaltered. Not even with the episode 4 on it, evidently.
oh
Just
wow.
Original, unaltered.
Because that didn't come to 78.
Yeah.
Hated and banned by George Lucas.
Is it really hated and banned, or he just goes?
It seems to be. He's made himself very clear.
Well, he does. I don't think it's banned. It's just I want you to look at the final stuff I've done.
I can't stop tinkering with it. And but they should be. This is A New Hope. Final. Use this file. Finally, capitals exclamation mark V10. Like this is. He keeps doing this. I mean, he doesn't anymore. He doesn't have the rights.
Not allowed to anymore. But I think he's still trying to get people ears. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I'd get him back at this.
So, are they just? Is this something that's going to be screening in the museum all the time, or actually a special screening?
I can't remember.
It's the opening of a film festival, the British Film Institute's Film on Film Festival, happening in June, and it will open the screening of the film on film action.
Yeah, watch one film, fuck another film.
What is Star Wars going to fuck? George Lucas.
Star Wars, yeah.
Matt, you should go.
I would love to.
Because it's easier for you to get there.
I thought you were asking Matt to leave. Matt, you should go. You have outstayed your welcome.
You should go fuck Star Wars. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. I've got some other Star Wars news just quickly before we move on as well.
Okay.
Oh no, I navigated away to the Alba page.
I'm going to see Star Wars next month.
Oh no, it's over here.
Speaking of us being old, are you going to see Revenge of the Sith?
No.
It's the 20th anniversary of Revenge
of the Sith.
I know, isn't that fucked? Isn't that completely fucked? Because
that's the one that I was already old when it came out.
That can't be 20 years ago. It's not possible. Apparently it is.
No, I'm just gonna, because they'll do the normal May the 4th, they'll do the screenings, and I'll go see at least Star Wars and Empire.
Yeah.
It's nice to see them on the big screen every now and again.
I went back to... I saw, and I'm sure you all did too, did you guys go and see the special editions when they were a new concept?
Yeah.
Like 92 or whenever that was, 94?
I went every day because they released it on a Thursday. I'd skip sport and go to the movies to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw them all. Loved it.
And they're amazing. Because that was our first chance to see it on the big screen. Yep.
Yeah.
Special edition, sure, but that's what we could get.
At the time, I wasn't really thinking about it. I was kind of like, oh, wow, I'm going to see this new thing. And then later on, it was kind of like the changes were like, hey, what's that? Return of the Jedi.
I didn't go to see it for the changes. And I remember thinking when I saw Empire Strikes Back that, these are good changes.
Empire had the least amount of changes.
All the windows
running from 100 stormtroopers instead of 6. It made more sense. But
no, I think Empire had the least amount of changes. Star Wars, the first one had the
Luke screaming when he falls down the shaft, which is a bit weird.
That's true. But they didn't put a CGI singer with big lips coming at the camera. They didn't do that. Did do that.
Yes.
In Return of the Jedi.
God, that song.
And here's the thing: Return of the Jedi is my least favorite of the 3 existing Star Wars movies, right? But I think the first act, the first 30 minutes of that, is some of the best Star Wars that exists. It's as good as anything in either the other 2 movies. Don't put dumb stuff in that sequence. Make the fucking Ewoks blink. Whatever, I don't care. I hated them anyway. Even as a kid, I was like, meh, this isn't Star Wars.
No, you can see sequence.
But anyway, there's more Star Wars movies coming, and they have confirmed which ones are and which ones aren't. So here's the list.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Ruin Johnson?
Yeah. Yeah. So George Favreau's Mandalorian and Grogu, obviously.
They showed footage of that or something, I believe.
I don't
care.
Then there is James Mangold, who did Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny and Logan, doing Dawn of the Jedi, which is...
That's one set hundreds of years before, isn't it?
Yeah, set when
Was
the
supposed to
discovery of
star
the
Michelle
Force.
Trachtenberg as Dawn, but we've got some news about that.
And it was gonna open on a crack of dawn shot, but now it is
You
not.
have to watch
to be.
Euro Trip if you want to see that.
Yeah, we do have some Michelle Trachtenberg news later in the after party.
Euro Trip, the one she was in? Yeah.
Yes, it was definitely Euro Trip.
Yeah.
Scotty doesn't know.
Do you know what's funny? Yeah, I was thinking the other day. I'm like, oh, now that Michelle Trachtenberg's dead, I might rewatch the Lost in Space movie, and I was like,
She's
That's
not
not
in
her.
She's not in that. It's the other one.
She's significantly younger than the girls I liked when I was a teenager, just to put that out there. Like, when we watched Buffy, she was literally a child. That's what I'm saying. So,
Well, yeah, she was 39 when she died.
Yeah.
And we were watching her when we were 18.
Mm-hmm.
So she would have been, what, 13? No.
She was literally, in Buffy, yeah, she was like a little kid, right? How old was...
Tell that to Joss.
To Joss.
in
She was
Buffy?
not allowed to be in the same room as her. Alone.
This is
Then
39
there is-
years. That's the AI being stupid. Not when she died. She was... blah, 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 blah. Come on. How old? 15 when she was playing Dawn.
Okay, so there is also a movie directed by Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy, who is a Pakistani journalist and political activist,
Okay.
Making
who
a
is
Star Wars
going to
movie.
be directing the next Rey movie.
Oh, okay.
Can you not do that?
So that is on the list. Dave Filoni is building towards a New Republic movie, culminating the storylines of Mandalorian and Ahsoka. Taika Waititi's movie is still technically greenlit, but he's only handed in the first act. He's handed in it all. They only like the first act. He's been asked to rewrite the rest.
That's not... Okay.
Yeah.
They had so many books they
No
could have
mention
just
of
built
Ryan
off.
Johnson.
I still love the Ryan Johnson one. He brings it up every now and again. I don't know if he still does, but since his movie came out, Disney has never spoken of it again.
Yeah.
They did say at one point it's still on the books, right? Didn't they? Or
I think they were just being nice.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think they said, oh, well, it's not technically...
I mean, whatever you think
off.
about Last Jedi, it was divisive, and they don't want...
I hate what he did to Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So did Mark Hamill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's also a trilogy, because they just got to have someone doing a trilogy.
So it's a trilogy.
Being helmed by the director of X-Men Days of Future Past, which I thought was excellent.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see. That's all of them.
That's all of them?
That's it.
What about
I mean, it's
TV
interesting
shows?
that we're... there's been no Star Wars movie news for quite a while. It's interesting. They have got a bunch going on. Because... Well, either there hasn't been Star Wars movie news or we just didn't care.
I think they slowed down because I think they realised that what they were doing wasn't working.
Well,
yeah,
also,
pumping out trash.
it was bought by a TV studio who have a streaming platform as their number one product. They're going to want to make shows so they can put it on that.
Hey, we get Andor Season 2 very soon.
Looks quite good.
Yes.
Darth Vader's in it.
I didn't know that. Is he?
Yeah, new
He
trailer.
was also in Rogue One.
Yeah. New trailer, because Krennic is back.
Oh, yeah, he was
Ben
eventually.
Mendelsohn's in it, and I think Vader's in it too. Look, judging from the trailer, at least one
Interested
shot.
in Ben Mendelsohn, so that's good.
Unless they're just doing a fake out, in which case he's not in it. And I mean, don't do that.
Well,
I don't
I'll
think-
advertise
advertise
back
Darth
to the
Vader if
Rogue
he's not gonna
One
be in there.
trailer, which has nothing to do with the movie called Rogue One. It's
Yeah.
just shots
Cool
that
stuff.
Gareth Evans thought was awesome,
Yeah.
and he was correct.
But it was also right not to include a lot of that cool stuff in the movie because it would have been terrible.
Bring it out. Just let me see it. Just let me see it once.
I want to see the ending where they're on the beach.
High school formula all over again.
Like, what was that ending?
I want to see the ending where she's fighting Krennic in a TIE fighter on the top of a tower.
Yeah.
She wasn't fighting Krennic. She was running over to the thing.
But he was in a TIE fighter shooting at it, wasn't he?
I don't know that it was him in the TIE fighter.
It was just a TIE fighter. No.
We'll have to get back and look at it.
I think you have just decided that that's canon now.
The shot is in the movie. It's her running to the radio thing on the tower.
No, but in my head...
In the trailer, a TIE fighter comes up, and you don't see who's in it.
In my head, it was him.
I mean, maybe it was, but...
I think it was Die Hardman in that.
I think you're right.
Just to cap off the drinking game, just before we go over to the after party, there's an episode of Rick and Morty. Peter Dinklage is guest starring in it.
Is he?
And yes, he plays this alien mob boss. But the daughter starts doing a Die Hard, and Dinklage as a mob boss. They're on the phone, because in Die Hard they've got the radios, and he's like, "Are you doing a Die Hard?" She's like, "I don't know. Are you doing a Die Hard to me?" And he's like, "Well, you wouldn't know because if I'm doing a Die Hard, it's very funny. It's funnier than I'm explaining it."
I watched Star Wars reminded me. It was clips of Philomena Kunk on YouTube. There's her talking about Historian, and she's like, "Who was the Darth Vader of World War II?" And that guy who's very serious. He goes, "Well, I don't think anybody in World War II was quite as powerful as someone like Darth Vader." And she goes, "Luke Skywalker?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I think probably a lot of people probably thought they were sort of heroic, like a Luke Skywalker." And it just becomes this very serious conversation. It's so funny.
Amazing. Yeah.
Do you like ABBA? I love ABBA.
I love ABBA. What's your favourite song? Dancing Queen. Without missing a beat.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Can we talk about something else other than history? You can talk about anything you want, love. You like ABBA? I love ABBA.
And then she goes, "Tell me, what was the deal with the Soviet onion?" And he goes, "Well, I think you mean Soviet Union, but if you do want to talk about Russian vegetables, we could do that." She goes, tell me about Russian vegetables. He goes, "Well, they've got a lot of potatoes. And a lot of he's like, love that guy." Yeah. He's like, "Sure, we could do this."
King Arthur came a lot. Didn't
The show is so funny. Listeners, if you have witnesses, if you don't know Philomena Kunk, look up.
She's just so good at doing it with a straight face.
I don't know how she does it.
Yeah.
But even the people she's interviewing, I don't know how they keep a straight face as well sometimes.
I think, if you're being filmed and you're on, like, you've been told you're going to be interviewed about this subject, you're a subject matter expert in, and someone asks you a fucking stupid question, there's a camera there, you'd be like, "What do I do? Do I just go with this? It's for a TV show.
Just play this straight."
There's like kind of an implicit
get soundbite
like
later.
Just go with it kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they would know that they're on for a comedy show, like it. And
that
they're
historian
not actors.
guy must know because he's been on a couple of times, but he's just very good at rolling with it.
Yeah,
he must know it's not real. But I thought that about Borat and Ali G, but there was a long time there where he got mileage out of that. When I was like, people know who he is.
But that's
like
why
now,
the latest Borat movie is genius because he's going around with this girl.
Oh yeah,
his daughter, and she's the one doing that stuff, and he just films pre-recorded stuff with her going, "Okay, go and do this crazy thing." Because he couldn't do it now. He'd be like, "Hey, it's Borat."
No, he could maybe do a new character, but like he couldn't do Borat. Everyone fucking knows who Borat
I don't
is.
want him to do it. I didn't care for that.
I liked that original Borat stuff. It was very funny.
Yeah, I thought the Borat sequel was good too. Man, have you seen that one where he's in America? When this was on, none of us lived in America, but now one of us does. So don't be offended, Matt. But he's in America.
Fucking watch
he's
it,
on
mate.
a hunt.
I'll fucking tariff you so hard.
Yeah, come out with all those weapons you're going to build in America from American parts. We buy ours from China. We know they work. But he's on a hunt. He's gone on an animal hunting trip with these guys, and they're in this jeep, and he's like, So after we kill the animals, we kill a Jew, and they're like, well, obviously that would be something we would be interested in, killing Jews, but unfortunately, the laws of this country forbid that.
What?
Yeah.
To just get people to say shit like that is genius.
I think there is, because isn't that those college kids sued? Because there is an implicit thing when you're being filmed that it's like, do I just go along with this kind of thing? I don't know. It's weird in a way. It's like a little coercive.
Yeah, yes.
In a way. Right. Yeah. Like you don't want to be the person who's like, no.
I don't think this is...
Although, I in that case... In the case of someone like, should we go in? I mean, no.
You know what? You can put a soundbite of me not being a Nazi all over the internet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I should clarify. What I'm talking about is just Kunk or being silly like that. If someone literally said, "You want to go murder anybody?" I'd be like, "No,
yeah,
I'm good."
Yeah. Well, would you? Because there's that. What's that experiment where they get people to they keep saying, "Just please it."
I might joke about it if I thought it was just a show. I might make a little gag, but I wouldn't do what that guy does and be like, "Well, I'd love to do that, but I'm not allowed to." I would not do that.
Yes. Well, you would. No. Well, it would.
Oh, that where you pushed a button.
Yeah.
And you hear the screaming.
And everyone kept pushing the button, but then you could hear a scream somewhere in the background.
Well, no, they actually found out in this test, that the women were more likely to push the button because it was a man in a lab coat, so more official. I believe that was the test. So women were, no, you're asking me to do this, when the men were, I think, were pushed back a little bit more on the authority.
I should get a lab coat. And then women will do what I tell them to do. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And also, when I said that I wouldn't do what that guy did, I didn't mean that I would want to do it, but wouldn't. What I mean is...
Matt is jumping through a lot of hoops.
I just realised that does sound quite bad. It's like, I'm not going to admit to that on television. No, what I mean is... That's not what I meant.
You're obliged to, no matter what you think.
Yeah. You're not going to catch me like that.
You know where they can catch you?
Where?
Outside? The after party.
Oh. Remember that Catch Me Outside?
Catch Me Outside, how about
15 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. She's not in the after party
Is
this
the
week.
Hawk Tour girl still famous, or is that over already?
No, she's disappeared.
No, didn't she come back and say... She did an interview where she said... Basically, she said she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing and she's absolving herself of any responsibility.
But that's sort of it. She sort of disappeared from that.
Frankly, I believe that, to be honest. They told her she'd make a bunch of money. And I believe, went, okay.
Yeah, people got to her and they went, "We're going to make a lot of money off you." They promised her a lot of stuff, and then
she should have known better, but she clearly didn't.
I think she's still walking away with a few $100,000 for 15 minutes of fame. So
it's not like
change your name,
someone like
move
Boogie.
Towns.
Boogie 2998 did a rug pull. I'm pretty sure he knew what was going on. Oh, maybe not. He probably, again, he's desperate. Maybe they just told him. He got taken advantage of too.
People hear what they want to hear. And I believe.
I think he didn't care. I think he just anyone offered him money, he'd do it.
You're right. Yeah, probably right.
I think she was a little more.
If you want to purchase Nerd Coin, Gasm Coin, Coingasm. Yeah, we even did a logo for it.
You
didn't actually mint the coin.
We don't accept it as payment for the after party, unfortunately.
No, but we would accept it as payment for gifts that you buy us.
Why are they buying
from us?
They're going to pay us Coingasm to buy us gifts.
No, we don't want it back. If you buy the Coingasm, it's yours. We don't want it back.
Yeah, that's yours.
Yeah. Then they're going to cash out, and they're going to use that money to buy us gifts.
I'm going to use the money they give me to buy a rug.
Yeah,
and then I'm
going to pull that out.
Pull the rug. I don't quite understand the process, but I've been told that's a good way to make money.
Yes, you get a rug.
Don't you have your own Bitcoin so that Russian leaders can bribe you anonymously? That isn't it?
Is that how that works?
Isn't that what you do?
Why is Putin bribing us?
I don't have the coin. Yeah. I'm not the one with the coin, mate.
I don't know. Ask
where there are no Russian oligarchs, as far as I know.
No, not today
Bolsheviks
anyway.
Of any kind in the after party.
What's the after party, Dan?
Head on over to patreon.com/after party or no
/ multiple nerdgasm.
Multiple nerdgasm. just go to the website. Just type in.
Go to multiplenerdgasm.com.
Just type into Google Patreon multiple nerdgasm.
Yeah,
it'll take you there.
Let's make sure that does work.
Patreon.
$5 a month. You can join us in the after party. Last week it was twice the length of the main show.
Yes,
it was ridiculous.
It does work.
Well, I'm not going to do that again. I'm drawing the line at the 1 hour mark. But you don't have to come to the after party. You can go to Patreon and just follow us on there to see what we're doing. You can spend as little as $1 a month to get the show early. But you don't get to listen to the after party.
No.
But if you do sign up, you get all the past ones. So
yeah,
all of them.
Because we're not like those cunts. Because I've also subscribed to something to get something that was mentioned, but I subscribed later and it was like, nah, bro, you get the episodes from now, not the one you thought you were getting.
That's annoying.
Oh, that's wrong.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that to you.
No. And if you're out there thinking of doing that, fuck you.
To you.
No.
That's right.
Matt might.
I could do it, but I won't do it.
Yeah, he won't do it. He can, though.
And you're not going to get me to admit that I will do it just because we're on a fucking TV show.
Yeah. Going along with your shit. I will Sig Heil whom I want to Sig Heil when I want to Sig Heil.
And you won't know about it.
Because this is a podcast.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.